Welcome back, viewers at home. You're joining me for quite an amazing conversation now as part of Mandela Day celebration, a day that really reflects Mandela's values of democracy, equality, reconciliation, diversity, responsibility, respect, and freedom. I am joined by the founder of Girl SpeakUp, who goes by the name of Rosaria Cedras, and her team. Now, they will be visiting the Alexandra Community Center to deliver a powerful 67-minute training and mentorship session for girls in the area, while also providing essential hygiene products. For more on this, I am joined by Rosaria herself. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so honored to be here today.
And it's always a pleasure to having conversation with individuals that are, driving impact in communities. And I think before we get started on understanding what you have lined up for Mandela Day, I think it's fair for us to get to know Girl Speak Up from the founder herself in terms of what's the story behind it, and most importantly, can you tell us on what really drives or fuels this organization?
Awesome. Thank you so much for the question. So Girl Speak Up is really my own personal journey. It comes from my voice being tucked away, me not being very confident and being very meek. But through support and mentorship, I was actually able to become this confident woman that's able to stand up and speak up for herself. So this just ignited that passion to say, you know what, I want every girl, regardless of your background, for you to be able to be heard, to be seen, and to be valued. And that's really where Girl Speak Up stems from.
Amazing. And
Yeah.
with that being said, what kind of transformation have you observed with girls who've come in contact or you have worked on as Girls Speak Up in that sense?
Yes, so the transformation is really seeing girls, being that shy girl who isn't able to raise her hand for opportunities, isn't getting promoted to those leadership positions. And I've seen the transformation of her becoming equipped with the skills that she needs in order to stand up for herself. And we've had girls who are now, promoted to be RCL and to be part of the leadership communities within their communities at school or in varsity as well. So it's really that transformation of seeing that shy, timid girl to blossoming and being that confident woman that she is.
In hopes of just giving viewers at home a more proactive solution to really eradicating what really has people so ostracized and so scared to speak up, what would you say are the common factors that you've picked up are causing individuals? Because I don't think nobody is born scared to speak up. I
Yeah.
think it's the certain, nuanced statements that maybe our parents say or communities say that really have us feeling like, okay, I shouldn't say this. I shouldn't even raise my hand so high. What would you say are some of those?
Yeah, definitely. So I think culture plays a very big role, especially within the Black communities, colored and Indian communities. Kids are supposed to be seen and not heard. So your opinions are consistently being tucked away. Your opinions are consistently being shut out. And you grow up into an adult who's almost fearful to say, do I say this? Is it the right thing to say? What should I say? Should I stand up for myself or shouldn't I? So culture really plays quite a huge role. And it's all about still respecting culture, but how do you do it in a respectful way, but still stand up for what you believe in. And that's what I really try to instill in the girls.
I'm loving that, and I'm
Yeah.
hoping moving forward, all of us will be mindful to what we say, and reshaping culture to best serve us rather than stagnate us in that sense.
Yeah.
And now looking forward to 18th July, which is famously known as Mandela Day. I want to find out from you if you can explain to us, what is so important about the 67 minutes and why you chose to spend it in Alexandra doing the beautiful work that you're doing?
Awesome. Thank you so much for that question. I think it really is about having Nelson Mandela's legacy live on. And the 67 minutes, we will be at Alexandra basically mentoring and teaching the girls. It'll be a 60-minute workshop with 7 minutes of interactive quick Q&A. And after that, we'll do the handover, the sanitary towels. But it's really about the Nelson Mandela legacy of service to live on even after he's gone. And at Girl Speak Up, every day is Nelson Mandela Day. I do this as an NGO, an initiative straight out of the bottom of my heart, and I obviously do it with some sponsorships and organizations, but really every day is Nelson Mandela Day to really help the Nelson Mandela legacy live on for generation to generation. Yeah.
And now create a very long-lasting impact, because you find that sometimes people are so drawn to you by your charisma and the beautiful words that you say on how they should, be empowered in that sense. It's something that is not always guaranteed, because somebody goes home and they're so flustered with those words back again, and it's like going back to, where they started. In your view, what do you actually do, and how do you sustain to ensuring that anybody who interacts with Girl Speak Up is something that really fuels them for decades to come, and not just, based on a program or
Yeah,
initiative?
yeah, for sure. So we've got quite a strong alumni network. So once a girl has passed through our program, she then becomes a mentor to other girls who are then coming into the program. We also support them through regular educational resources with a broadcast group on WhatsApp. So you're consistently being kept up to date with all that is happening and how you can improve, because there are various phases. She might be entering into high school, entering into varsity, or even entering into the corporate world. So we really help with all of those ongoing resources, but it's really about mentorship and support and that strong alumni network.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I know this beautiful organization doesn't come with its challenges of its own. And I just want to find out from you, what has been some of those challenges, and how do you actually go about addressing them? And most importantly, any future goals when it comes to Girls Speak Up? And are you actually looking forward to, breaking into other communities and societies?
Oh yeah, definitely. So some of the challenges is just sponsorships,
Okay.
organizations, just reaching out and having more support for a program like this. So it's always a challenge with the limited resources, but we are pushing and consistently trying to push for donations and sponsorships. And in terms of what the future looks like, I want to impact 1,000 girls in the next 3 years, and that's looking beyond the South African borders into Africa and beyond. And it's really about pushing, that confidence that they need in order to stand up boldly for themselves. And it's all about, encouraging and empowering the girl child, because once you do that, you empower an entire community.
A whole nation at
That is
that.
it. That is it.
And then with that being said, Rosaria, I believe there's something that's in the pipeline that's gonna be launching very, very soon. How exciting! And I just want to find out from you, if you can tell us a bit on the launch in question and why you're looking forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yes. So we've got an exciting launch happening on the 2nd of August at 46 Heidelberg Road. It's in Elspark, Germiston, which is actually my hometown where I grew up in the East Rand.
Yes,
Um,
represent.
Yes. And basically we're bringing about over 100 girls with their mentors. They're coming with their aunts, their moms, anyone who basically mentors a young girl between the ages of 16 and 24 is welcome. Tickets are absolutely free. Everyone can get them on Quicket. So you log on to Quicket and you just search for Girl Speak Up launch event, and all of the details are there. But we start at 11 o'clock sharp. Registration is at 10 a.m. and then 11 a.m. we start with festivities. We've got amazing speakers who are going to be mentoring the girls. It's a day of impact and transformation. Those girls are going to walk in there and come out definitely very much different.
Ooh, if I'm someone who's listening right now and is like, I wanna come, what would you advise me to bring? Because in such events, someone will tell you, bring a diary, bring this, bring that. For individuals to make the most out of the day, what should they bring alongside them?
So definitely a whole sense of community and enthusiasm. So bring your best self. But we will be handing out notepads as well as some affirmation cards. So you don't need to worry about that. You can sponsor, or rather help us through purchasing some of our merchandise. I'm wearing a hoodie today. So we've got hoodies and T-shirts that you can purchase, and all proceeds go towards the programs. So come as your beautiful best self, and let's have a day of transformation.
Now, Rosaria, I think from my side of things, I've asked you all that I needed to ask you, but I want to find out from you, looking at the work that you're doing, for the many, times you've been doing it, and the many people you've encountered, what's the one thing you would like people to take away from this conversation that is rooted around Girl Speak Up?
Definitely. So what I want people to definitely draw away from this conversation is that your voice needs to be heard. So ignore all of the external voices that try to keep you down. Listen to that still inner voice that's within. And that is what is really going to propel you forward. And that's the way that you basically are also able to shape your destiny, by speaking up and showing up.
And lastly, where can individuals get in touch with you, those who want to be part, sponsor, partner, whatever it may be? How can they go about it?
Awesome. So they can contact us on www.girlspeakup.org. You can find out all the details there. And we're also on social media. So it's Girl Speak Up SA on Instagram, LinkedIn, and on Facebook.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Rosaria, for coming in and really, enlightening us on how we can be better and how there are opportunities and resources for us to better ourselves, because the world is not going to wait for you to heal. You need to take those steps so that you can use your voice in ways that really uplift and grow you as a person. But thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Viewers at home, that was a very amazing conversation with Rosaria, sharing in on how she is making a change, and definitely do make sure that if you cannot, make it for many other events that probably they've had in the past, I think this is an opportunity for you to put it in your calendar. 2nd of August, be around the East Rand. Jimiston, if you've never been, this is an opportunity for you to visit the East Rand and make the most out of this event. After all, it's there to instill and resource and equip you with, individuals of great minds and insight. And most importantly, it's for free. In this economy, can you get free things? But without further ado, let's head over to a net break while you sign up and, get in touch with Girl Speak Up.